Yeah. But you see our drone, you can hear me over the drone. The Scadio 2 Plus. This is our ridge trail that's pretty gnarly. Logan and I are the only ones that have ridden dirt bikes up this. Milo's gotten a little ways, but we're doing a shootout between the 2020 Beta 200RR and the KTM 300 XCW to see which one does the best up here. We'll go ride it, come back down and swap, and then do it again, and then we'll find somewhere and talk about what we feel are the strengths and weaknesses on this kind of stuff. Like, this is gnarly single track. Now, I mean, we're not like anything special, but this is definitely not really a trail. We're trying to make it into trail. Like I said, this is private property, guys. This is our own property. We're building a trail here, so don't stress about that. Sam and Logan with Dirt Bike Sam and Backcountry Live, guys. We're gonna have some fun today. This slow technical type riding is what these two strokes are built for. This is we've got gummy tires on both bikes. I would say the Beta has an advantage because it has better gummy tires. Got first switch back here that okay, all right. I've been milking neutral, an arm injury. My right arm's kind of jacked at the elbow. Wow, the wild game have been using this. Okay. That's not good. Yeah. I have to go back and try it again. What we ought to do is bring a pickaxe and pick this all down, and so you start from there and it's just a nice flow, and it will just be a nice uphill instead of it being a sharp then straight up. Because I mean, this is, I mean, look at that, guys. That's so loose. The moose have been using it for a trail. I can't. There's a bunch of huge moose tracks coming through there. Yeah! Go, go, go! Yeah! Guys, sporting the X2D Ride Co. goggles, check it out. They're actually sealing really nice in my claim. I don't feel any air going through anywhere, which is actually awesome. All right, so Logan and I have done this section once, so we don't really know, and it was kind of a bit of a crap show of how we got up it. So we're gonna just try to take the best lines possible and see if we can make it on the Beta 200. Last time Logan was in the front and he actually made it further than I did. I ended up tipping down the hill and scratching my bars up. Oh man, I do love me downhills. I'm switching off the KTM 300. We're gonna get on the Beta 200RR and going back up our ridge line. This is our second time, so we're a lot more tired than we were. We're not fresh, so it might be a bit of a rodeo, but that's part of the fun. So the nice thing about the Beta is the lower seat height. So I think the KTM's almost 38 inches. It's like 37.8. This is like 36.5 or something like that. So being able to pivot. Now I like standing up better on the Kato, but Beta isn't terrible. He's hauling. I always joke that 300 is like Logan's bike. He's really good at it. I definitely can control pivot turns better on the 200 than I can the 300. Oh, I caught grip right there. So we'll get up here and get a rest in. Woo! Yeah, this is one of those where I feel like, huh? That one right there needs to go. Yeah, we can just come straight on right there. Oh. That's one way to move your bike.
Pick up the whole thing, carry it up the hill, ride it down. That's what I do.
That's true. He mountain bikes the bike. He picks it up and carries it up, and then he ghosts it. He doesn't even have the motor on. Oh, there you got some good grip. Get some momentum with that 300 up over the rock. He's staying high. He still stayed high. Oh, that's the harder line. Which means I'm gonna have to try it. So yeah, so he went up, but I think the easier line's down because of that. Woo! Yeah, buddy. So initial thoughts, now that we did the same thing twice.
I mean, I'd love to say I'm better on the beta, but I flew up it on the KTM.
You were way faster on the Kato.
It provides too much confidence. Or not that it provides too much confidence. It provides so much confidence. It's hard to understate how feeling good on a bike can make or break the experience. And I've said this before with equipment in general. Like, you want to go snowboarding, you want to go rock climbing, you want to go scuba diving. If you get good equipment that fits you and your body, there's just no other, it's a different experience. You can go snowboarding with terrible equipment and have a great day, and then you go have the perfect equipment and it's like you're doing something completely different.
Yeah. That's
what this does, to me anyway, on bikes.
The power, definitely being a fuel injected two-stroke, is much more crisp. So I feel like being able to get just the power, I have to clutch it less on this bike, and it lugs exceptionally well. But that 200 still lugs crazy, but it never surprises me. Like this will hit something and all of a sudden it's just straight up.
That's the difference. When this one gets out of control, I don't feel scared.
Yep.
I'm not scared out of control.
Yep.
I'm out of control. It comes up, it does something sideways, and I just kind of bring it back down, not a big deal. This one goes out of control, and it's over my head, it's sideways off the hill.
Yep.
Like this one, if it gets out of control, it's scary.
It is scary. And obviously that's got the IRC, the IX09W gummy, which is an excellent gummy tire. Much better than this tire as far as this is the Moto, what do they call it? The Force AT with the Apex, which is supposed to be a little bit more gummy. But I mean, look at that.
Compared to...
And then you look at this. Even though this one's getting chunked, it's still like the grip's like crazy. So I feel like on this trail, I had better grip on this bike.
For sure.
But if I swapped, I think the grip would be a lot more similar.
I do like on pivot turns. This is like it feels like a baby bike to me. So it's really awesome
to throw
for
it.
those. Yeah.
But I don't feel terrible on this.
I don't feel terrible. But as far as just being able to pivot,
feel like a pro.
I want, it's like that's almost 38 inches tall. I think it's like 37.8, and this is like 36 and change. And you only think, oh, that's not much, but it does definitely feel there's a big difference. And the suspension on this is just smoother, and you feel like you can smash stuff better than this. They both have electric start, both oil injected. This one is carbureted, which we've jetted for our elevation, but it's still, even at this higher elevation, I have to clutch it to stay in the power, where that one, technically, I'm clutching to control the power.
Yeah,
modulate it. If I just pop on the throttle, like this one, I was half throttle most time or more. Awesome bikes, guys. This is the hard part. They're both fantastic. Both have their pluses and minuses. You know, if you're, you know, I'm 40, and so the older I get, the more I like smaller bore two-strokes, because it's like, towards the end of the day, this bike doesn't just beat the crap out of me, and I'm not just trying to hold on. This one does a pretty good job because it's got the magic 300 piston in it with fuel injection, which also means that you can just shift up. But up on the first part, dude, you were going so fast, I shifted into second.
Yeah.
Were you in second?
I didn't ever go to second. Yeah. I told you, I hit the power band. Like, I just hit where it was nice and just didn't let off. And just kept on it.
Going so fast, I was like, I got to get to second to keep this beat up. Comment below what one you would choose and why. The $10,000 question, if it was your money, Logan, which one, and you could only have one, which one would you buy?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I'll give a justification why I would take both, you know, either one of them. The reason why the KTM, in my opinion, is the better bike, if you could only have one bike, is because it provides so much confidence. Even though the power sometimes can get away from you and it can be scary, it will force you to modulate the power with the clutch, and you can do more with it. It is the more bike. You could go out in the desert with it. It can climb these hills. It can go down the trails. It's the better bike. I feel way more comfortable, more confident. Now, the reason I would choose the Beta and say that the Beta is the better bike is, with my network, my family, the people that I know are beginner riders and would want to get on my bike, I wouldn't put 90% of the people that want to ride with me on this bike, because they don't want to ride dirt bikes. They don't want to ever get better. They just want to putt around camp, or they just want to go down the trail. They're not going to own, they're not going to ever own a bike, ever, likely. But they want to ride occasionally, or they want to jump on. This is the bike that needs to be at the cabin. Anybody can get on this. It's not scary. And it can do just about everything this one can. In the right hands, that one can do a whole bunch of stuff that this one can do. In the right rider's hands, this is a phenomenal bike.
Capable bike.
He didn't even choose one. Guys,
I would choose this bike.
Okay, I was worried you were gonna cop out.
For me, it's this bike, because I want this bike, and if I want to be a better rider, and if I want to ride more places and do more, it's this bike.
This is such a fun bike. It's been so much fun that I've had a hard time selling. I should have sold it in the spring, and I didn't, because I liked it so much. I just echo Logan, if you can only have one bike, and you, like here in Utah, where we have such a variety of terrain, this is a better bike to own. It just is.
It trails better, it jumps better.
Yeah, I mean, the suspension's just better. The Explorer 48's a solid suspension setup, which I know, I mean, I have a Yamaha YZ250FX, so I know what good stock suspension's like, and this is good. And I, for years, I mean, have not been an XCW guy, and this 2020 has changed my mind on XCW, and right now I don't even own an XC. So, I guess what we're doing is this one's for sale. And what bike should we buy to replace that? We want to stay two-stroke, because we already have two 450 or 250 four-strokes. So do we go get a Beta 300 race edition? Do we go get KTM 125 XC? Do we get a 250 XC? We already know what the 250 is like, so we don't need to do that. Do we go get a 150 XCW? Comment below what you guys think we should buy next. If you have any experience with any of those bikes, we want to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you out on the trail.
Which makes it this asshole. I'm gonna edit that out. This also gives confidence in a different way.